Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome wherever you are in the world. Big up to yourself for tuning in, and extra big ups if you're watching on replay. It's Tuesday. It's the day after the night before, and I'm joined as always by the lovely Queen Elly. How are you, Elly?
I'm all right. I'm all right. It was the day after the nightmare before.
Yeah.
The nightmare is in terms of not our performance, in terms of the things that happen, man. All our worst nightmares came true in that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't disagree. They always say it never rains, it pours, and that is so bloody true. Go by your game.
Wow.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about, but obviously, guys, don't forget tonight our new show starts today is to debate with me, Elly, and Mia over at Spurs Between the Lines. We're joined tonight by the ever-optimistic Hoover, Jim, and Bobby Kay. So we will be debating in full the match, but we will cover some of the talking points this morning or this afternoon. I don't know why I always think I'm on in the morning. I don't know what's the matter with my brain. But before we crack on with the game, let's have a look who's in the chat. Elly, ordering you all to smash that like button on the way in and subscribe if you haven't done so. Massive achievement. We smashed through 700 subs yesterday. So, woo! Big up to us. Onwards now to 800, slowly creeping up to 1,000. Hopefully won't be too long, but thank you to everyone that's subscribed as always. Jim's here, the two gorgeous ladies, Kate and Elly. We love you both. Big up Jimbo, we love you. Mwah. Big up John N. Afternoon ladies, proud but sad at the same time with that game. Echo those feelings, absolutely. Your lovely niece Drula. Afternoon, gorgeous ladies, and big up the chatters. Big up Drula. Always good to see you, lovely. Hope you're okay. Big up Mr. Daigle. Says big up two of my favourite ladies on the planet. Kate and Elly, love you both. We love you, Brian, and your cat with no name. We love you and your pussycat. Oh God, the dogs are off. The cat, look, the dogs are off.
The sound of the cats.
Big up Steve D. Always good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Enjoyed our little chat on Facebook the other night. Very amusing with you and your gins. Brian says, hope everyone in the chat's well. Come on, you Spurs, and as always, Levy out. Yes. Big up, Ronnie. Nice to see you. Thanks, everyone, for coming over. I know there are other streams going on, so I appreciate all of you coming in, popping in before going to work for the night shift, probably going to get ribbed by Chelsea colleagues. To be fair to you, John, they haven't got a lot to rib us about. I thought they were awful. Literally.
You doji on them.
I thought they were absolutely awful. I mean, they literally give it to them on a plate and said, help yourself. That's all I can say. I just thought they were atrocious. I don't know what you thought, Elly. You were at the game, so.
The thing is, I think we was a little bit naive, but Anne Shed is not changing his stance on his football philosophy, right? And I heard other streams saying, oh, well, Klopp put 9 men behind the ball, but we still beat them, didn't we? It was still 3 points. So what's the point? You might as well go gung-ho, right, and actually try and win the match. Why would you want to just defend? And
Yeah.
anyway, we had 9 men, so we couldn't really defend. We had to go for it. We had to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was a bit shocked by Angie's tactics, but I just put it in another chat and they ignored it. But if all these people that were desperate for Ange to come into this football club, if they know Ange, they know that this is how he plays. He's always made
Yeah,
it clear at whatever club he's at, it doesn't matter what changes. If they can't beat them, they just try and do plan A better. There is no plan B. So you wanted
yeah.
him, you've got to suck it up. This is what
And
he does. And it will work
also, Kate,
sometimes.
yeah, also, Kate, you've got to think, right? Playing this football has put us top of the league, and we're second in the league, 1 point behind Man City, and like we can progress. Like we've got our setbacks now. This is where we've got to really dig in and play more as a team. And remember, we still got the attacking flair there. We
Yeah.
still got that. We can still beat teams. We're going to beat teams 5-4 now. That's what we're going to do.
Sorry, my dogs are at it again. The dogs are going Garrity.
Yeah,
Big up to Greenie. Says, afternoon, ladies. It could have been so different had Romero stayed on the pitch. Proud of the boys for going for it with 9. We take the L, dust ourselves off and move on. There is part of me, and this is going to be really random and probably quite out there. Part of me is glad we're not at the top anymore because everyone's been waiting to be tumbled from there. And I think we're in a false position being at the top. I'm quite happy to be second, or third, fourth. We just need to build, but it's how we go on from here that's the worrying thing with the injuries and suspensions.
Yeah, Kate, it's the true test now because we've lost Van der Ven, who's been superb for us. Romero's going to be missing for 3 games, Udogi for 1 game, so we have to adapt. And like I heard people saying we should have adapted in the game, but we still would have been beaten, Kate. Well, regardless, if he put a low block, I think we still would have been beaten because 9 men against 11 is hard. I've
Yeah, of
done it
course it is.
before. It's so difficult, but I was proud of them. I was proud of them. And what team gets a standing ovation losing 4-1?
Yeah.
Because that's the way we're going to play from now. But Angie's not going to change, not for nobody.
No, that's the thing, and that's what makes me laugh. All these screaming to have Ange in and saying, "Oh, I was one of the ones who wanted Ange." Well, you've got to take it then. You must know. If you
Yes.
know about Ange, you know he does not change his tactics for anyone or any situation.
No. The
And
only
he's
thing I
running
would
well.
say The only thing I would say, I was surprised that he took off Johnson because he was having a great game. He was roasting them.
It really was.
That's
I
the
would
only
have.
thing.
Yeah, I think I'd have took Kulu off there, but
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, everyone was like, if we lose, can't have a meltdown. And all I've seen is meltdowns all over the place. We dust ourselves off, like it says here, and we go again.
yeah.
You know,
Or even take Sarr off, put Højbjerg in midfield and bring
yeah.
another defender on. He could have
Hoy,
done that. But
I thought
this is all in hindsight now, so
it is.
we've just
Højbjerg
got to
was
brush ourselves
exceptional.
down. Oh,
Yeah.
bloody hell. Do you see what he done when he got the ball over the bar? He went,
Yeah.
I loved it.
I thought he was fantastic yesterday. Credit
He
where
was
it's due. I
brilliant.
thought he was
And he got
brilliant.
us on the front foot as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like he was surging forward, passing brilliant passes through. He was awesome. I was so proud of him. But you know what? Like we've got to dust ourselves down, like I said, because this is only one loss out of what we played, 12 or 11? 11 games, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
so we go again now. We go again with a different team, but we remember we can still win matches. We're still better than most of those clubs below us, and that's why we're in our position because we are better
I
than
agree.
them.
I agree.
Yeah,
All I can say is thank God we haven't got Europe because I think we'd really struggle
I
then with
know,
the squad we've got.
definitely.
But big up,
Yeah,
Mark CFC. Congratulations on the win. I know you wasn't impressed with your team either. I mean, I had all the Chelsea fans giving it on the football.
yeah,
Find it incredible that they think that they played well. I mean, yes, they got a result and that's all that matters, but their team just was
yeah.
shocking, I thought.
Yeah, and blimmin' Jackson got the player of the match, sorry, and Vicario. Come
Oh,
on, Sky Sports, what are you on? Vicario was I'm not being biased now. He was awesome. He done about 6 saving tackles where they were through,
yeah,
right? He was like a sweeper keeper.
yeah, exactly that. He
Yeah,
was
brilliant.
sensational,
The saves
absolutely
that he made.
sensational.
I know.
Um, Steve says last night was a completely bizarre anomaly. Can't draw absolutes from such a freak game. Exactly agree.
Yeah,
Everything went
that's the
wrong.
freak of
I
the
can't
game.
believe Romero reverted back to Psycho Romero that we haven't seen for a while. Just so it shows
Yes,
he's still got that. I mean,
petulance.
I
You know
do
what?
think
If he hadn't have done that flick, with that petulant flick, do you think he would have got sent off for that?
no,
Because I don't think I think that would have been a yellow card because it
that's
wasn't over aggressive because he won the ball and then you can't really stop yourself. And
no,
Chelsea had a similar one like that, Kate, with Gusto. He
yeah,
did the same thing. He won the ball and followed through, but you can't stop yourself because it's your momentum.
yeah. To be
Yeah.
fair, I said on I don't know if it was the Terrace or Mo last night. I said that if he hadn't done the petulant flick, I said, but he gave the ref a decision to make. He
Yes.
was already on the ref's radar because he'd done that. So I'm not sure he would have got a
Yeah.
red. And your
I was
doggy,
agreeing with Will last night, weren't I? In the
yeah,
chat. I was. I didn't want to go against you, but I just love Romero. I
I
think
know
he's brilliant.
it's purely opinions.
They're even.
Everybody,
They're both brilliant defenders. Just put it
yeah.
that way. They're
I
both
just,
brilliant. They're different, but they're
yeah.
both brilliant.
After last night, Romero was one of the people I disliked most on the planet. So there was not. If they'd have said
I
to me,
know.
who's better, Romero or Connor Cody, I would have probably gone Connor Cody. I was so peed off
Yeah.
with him.
You would have given him a few slaps.
Yeah, I
Stupid
will
git.
say as well. Not
Oh,
who am I to criticise Ange? But when Udogie got the yellow, I'd have took him off because I said to Jim, there ain't no way he's staying on this pitch for 90 minutes. It was so
yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, true. The thing is,
But
Ben Davies was injured. We had nobody at left back really, because all right, Emerson went into that role, but he's not a left back. We know that, but he did quite well. He
yeah, he
didn't
did all
let us
right.
down. Just put that way.
Mm.
Nobody let us down. Nobody.
Well, only Romero.
Only
Other than
Romero and you don't because of their tackles, but the rest of the players, not one of them were at fault for that 4-1. And like Jackson getting player of the match, sorry, 3 tap-ins. A 5-year-old could have scored those.
Worst hat trick ever in the Premier League.
I
He's been
know.
voted.
But you know
Absolutely
what? He'd
awful.
only scored 2 goals in the league prior to this game.
I know.
Yeah, so.
No. Big up Night Trade
Oh,
DJ. Big up to my nephew Ben. Lovely chatting to you earlier. Lovely. Always good
yeah.
to see you. Big up Ronnie says, I know Jim, no Romero, Van der Ven matters now. Yeah, I think
Madders might be fit, though, they said. Madders might be all right.
Oh,
Madders, he
really?
might be all right, yeah. Because he
I
was
still,
walking, right? And he could have played on, but I think because he felt a twinge, he thought, I better come off just in case I make it worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did think someone said that Porro may have done something to his ankle, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's just
No,
the
he did hurt himself, but they'll put it on ice. He'll be all right. He's tough. Porro, do you see when he done that tackle on what's his name, Sterling? Oh my God, he went red, and he gave him jib for diving as well.
Yeah, exactly. Big up,
Yes,
Mia.
Mia. All right, Mia.
Yeah, can't wait for our show tonight. Absolutely buzzing. We've got a lot to talk about.
I know.
Feel sorry for
It'll
Johnson.
be a good one.
90 minutes under his belt. Yeah, I don't agree with
Yeah,
taking him
I
off.
felt so sorry for him, because he was flying.
He looks so. I mean, that first 15, 20 minutes, we were fantastic.
I know. And that Sonny goal was sublime. That move. I was so gutted. Oh, I was so gutted.
And Dyer's goal was
I
such
know.
a good
Dyer's goal was brilliant. And it was
screamed the
offside.
house down. Jim
I
and I
know.
were going mental, and then I was like,
"Oh, went mental." I know. Oh, it was so disappointing on so many levels. All the things that went against us. I know they got 3 offside, but one of them was clear offside because 2 of them were offside, and one of them was laying on the floor. But he was in the line of Vicario, And the other
Yep.
one, Sterling did handball it. And that's when
Yep.
Romero got sent off as well.
Yep. Agreed. Don't disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim's got quite a few things to say about VAR.
No, it's the penalty that. Yeah, it's the penalty that Romero got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Jim's
when.
got
Yeah, I
go
can't
on.
remember. Yeah, no, I think because Romero fouled because they were looking at two decisions: the handball and Romero's foul, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jim's got some questions tonight about the VARs. Like I say, we've got a hell of a lot to talk about, but it'd be good. All good. Big up, Amir.
Yeah.
Always good to see you. Big Vic of PEH should have got man of the match. Wow.
Yeah.
Mia, she's on the PEH
Come
train.
on, she's coming on the vanilla side. She's got the sauce ready.
I think Big Vic just
I'll bring
nicks
you
it
the
for me.
chocolate sauce.
I think Vicario
It was
could
brilliant.
stopped it being a cricket score, should I say, not a golf score.
I know.
I came out of I watched the game and I came straight on the terrace and they asked me and I just didn't know what to say because I couldn't really function on what I've just watched. It was just,
I know.
it was craziness.
It's like you become alive, then dead. Alive, then dead.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
In one match, like it took you through every single emotion. It was like watching an episode of Breaking Bad.
It was. It really was. How did Jackson get that and not Vicario? He was your shining light last night. Only player on the park out of both teams that was good. Yeah, when he got both hands on the penalty, oh my God, I couldn't cope.
I couldn't believe it, and it went in on the inside of the post.
I know everything that could have gone
weren't going for us.
Yeah,
everything went wrong.
Yeah, Drew, all the fans that call us an insignificant, irrelevant club couldn't wait to get on the terrace with us. They had over 10,000 watching because they've all been waiting to see Tottenham lose. I think it's quite hilarious, such an insignificant club. But there you go. Suti says the worst losses are self-inflicted and injury-related. Such a bummer after the great momentum. I would have liked a bit more with this first 11. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's interesting now because we get to see how he copes with the injuries, what the other players can do, and what the mentality is like. This is where the real test of mentality comes in.
Yeah, I was watching Tottenham on tour with Johnny and Brian, and they were saying some really good points about how we should shuffle it. They were saying maybe not give Phillips a chance. Well, Johnny said maybe, and then Brian said, I think he's a bit too young. But really, he's only 18. Do we give him that responsibility? And then he gets the blame. He's going to get the blame, isn't he?
I think perhaps off the bench, if we're winning in a game, maybe. I don't know. These are decisions that Ange is paid to make. Thank God it's not me. But yeah, like I say, it'd be interesting to see what he does.
Is there a rule in football? Is there a rule in football where you lose a certain amount of your squad? You can bring in players? I'm not sure. You can bring in players as... Yeah, I'll have to look into that one. Yeah.
Big up Stuart from the Disabled Team. Big up Legacy 11 says, big up ladies. When it hit the fan, it really hits the fan. They did well with 9 men but ran out of legs. VDV's the real loss. Yep. Yeah, I feel
it did.
Yeah, the shit.
10 tons of it.
The shit hit the fan, spun round, sprayed everywhere. There was shit all over the place. The doggy was lucky not to go off before he did. He's young, but will learn. Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
Romero had a great season, must feel down. Steve D, I did see your question, by the way. I've put it in the start. We will answer it in a minute. I'm just going through the chat. Pat Jennings was taken ill last night at the game. He's okay, though. Bloody hell, I'm not surprised. They're trying to kill us off, the bloody Spurs.
Yeah.
Taking Johnson off was crazy, in my opinion. I know he's just back, but he was the only threat. Agreed. Likes people and subscribe if you haven't. Good afternoon, Ian Barry. Hope you're well. He says, good luck with your channel, lovely ladies. Bill's in the house. I love this. Well, now what? That's a very good question, Bill. Now what?
I think that's the same Bill. I was having a little bit of a to and fro on the Tottenham tour. But we both made good points. That's the thing with football banter, right? You've got an opinion, somebody else has got an opinion. You've got to respect one another, you
exactly
know?
that.
Yeah,
Exactly that. Everybody's got an opinion. Everyone sees things different, but you've got to
yeah,
respect everyone's opinion. That's my
yes.
view. Big up to you, AJ. Always good to see you. And Dekaru says, was crazy that down to 9. We had 3 very near chances to win in the last 10 minutes. Big shout out to Højbjerg and Dyer for stepping up. It was a crazy match. Yeah, I think Gary Neville or someone called it the craziest match to ever been on the Premier League in the Premier League. It felt
It was, honestly. For the
um,
neutral, okay, but for us watching, bloody hell,
I
it was
know.
like heart in your mouth stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Culture change takes time. Ange accelerated that process last night, if nothing else. Yep. Big up, man, Latar. Hope you're well. Jim says everyone has to stay upbeat. It's football. It was a crazy night. Let's see how the lads and Ange handles it. Keep the faith, people. Yep.
yeah,
Jason Nunn, told you I had a bad feeling. Don't be doing that. I
yeah.
told you so, Jason. Don't. I see you. Don't be doing it.
I
Jason says,
know.
at least Romero will be fit for the internationals. Internationals.
What do you think about Højbjerg's performance, Jason? I want to know. Come
Yeah.
on.
What did
Come on,
you
spill
think?
the beans.
Suti says, I think Ange will handle things well, but the team is limited to some extent now. Would like to see some youth on the bench. Blooding can pay off long term. Yeah, I agree. You don't know how good they are till you give them a chance. That's how I feel.
Yes.
I believe the obscenely long VAR checks played a big part in Van der Ven's hamstring injury. Big up to you, Christopher LaPlante. I have seen this mentioned that when their muscles cool down, then they go for a sprint. I don't know if that's true. I'm not an athlete, but it sounds like it could. I mean, Ellie, you know more than me. You've played
Yeah.
football.
I mean, what they should do, they should be stretching their legs while they're waiting because
Yeah,
the muscle gets tight and then as soon as you run, it does snap. It does. A lot of injuries happen that way, Kate.
yeah. See, this is the trouble with these VARs. My view is, right, it should be no more than 30 seconds to do a VAR decision because if it's clear and obvious, it shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. If it takes more than
Yeah.
that, it's not clear and obvious as far as I'm concerned.
Well, what they could do, they could carry on playing the game and then give the decision. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
just carry on playing the game. And then
yeah,
when the decision's given, then obviously you've got to go with it. But if it's a goal and they're disputing the goal, I suppose they have to stop it. But where it's a penalty decision, just carry on playing the game. And then if
yeah.
it is a penalty, it is.
Well, that's 4 players who won't be playing Wolves on Saturday. No QE, no VDV, no Doggy, plus Richie going for operation on long-term injury and possibly no Madders. The only
Yeah,
thing I can say to that is thank God they haven't got Neto. The only
yeah,
thing I
do you
can
know what I
say.
mean?
Or it could be a mauling.
They've got other
Oh
good
dear.
players though. They've got other
Yeah,
fast good players. So
they have.
I think we need to shuffle the defence a bit. You know,
Yeah,
maybe play Højbjerg at centre half because he's
yeah,
got more pace than Dyer to recover.
yeah.
He's faster than what people think he is as well.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Kuva. He says, big up everyone. Attacking football, 100%. Never compromise, never surrender. I love Big Ange more than ever right now. Played the game without fear, regardless of circumstance. I can
Yep.
see both sides. I can see both sides. But as I just said earlier, if you called for Ange to be in charge, this is what he does. You know what you're getting. He said, they said to him, what's plan B? He said, do plan A better.
Yes, that's
So,
it. Ange Postecoglou, right?
yeah,
And also, like Ange Postecoglou, he will never go away from that way of playing because it's won him everywhere he's gone. He's been a winner. So why would he change? Why
yeah,
change? You
yeah.
know?
Exactly that. So how are we feeling about Dyer and Phillips as centre back for Saturday against Wolves?
It depends if it is Dyron Phillips.
Yeah,
I've got confidence in the rest of the team to score more goals than the other team because we've
yeah,
been winning our matches. It's one loss,
yeah,
and it
exactly.
wasn't. It was an extraordinary loss, extraordinary game that we lost the 3 points. It
Yeah,
wasn't a fair game, was it? We had 9 men. Yeah,
Yeah, I do kind of agree. Yeah, we have to keep the faith, blah, blah, blah. It's mainly for goalkeepers, that rule. Let me just go through. Oh, I've got a super chat from Jimbo. Keep the faith, people
Poor
trusting it.
Jimbo.
I come on, you
No,
Spurs. Be up, Jimbo.
yeah,
I'll do Steve D's question as well. On reflection, perhaps we're not taking other factors into account and trying to change a culture long term. And last night sends a message to both players and Levy just for balance and debate. What do you think of that, Ellie?
yeah. Like like I said, he doesn't want to change his philosophy of football because he's changing the culture of our club. We're getting back to the way we used to play, right? And he's got to tweak it here, tweak it there. Now he's got to tweak it even more because he hasn't got the players that are really good on recovery. So he'll work it out. He'll work it out because he's a very, very clever coach, and he's got clever coaches behind him as well. So I'm all for what he's doing, right? I'm not gonna be jumping on this bandwagon that he should have been defensive and put a low block in. No, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm not on that bandwagon.
yeah, I agree. Look, at the end of the day, I think it was naive, but at the same time, this is how he plays. I've had Celtic fans speak to me over the last 24 hours saying this is how he played at Celtic, and in the end, he wins more than he loses. So
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll live and learn, and we'll see where it takes us. I hope that Levy gets a massive wake up call now and knows in January he has got to invest in this squad because it is wafer
yeah.
thin, really, really, really wafer thin.
Yeah, and another narrative I heard, Kate, before we go on to the other chat, right, is that, when he's at Celtic, right, he didn't change for anybody, right? And he done the treble, and the year before that, he done the double, right? So he's won 5 out of 6 cups playing this style,
Yep.
right? And people were saying, "Oh, but you can't do that in the Premiership. Football's football. If you play a style and you're confident in that style, winning you things." And look, we've only lost one game playing this style. If we played our other style under Conte, we would have been spanked so many matches,
Yeah,
right? Because when you press and you've got possession of the ball because you've pressed. What's wrong
yep,
with that? That's really good tactics in my book.
yep. I agree. 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Big up, Leo. Good to see you. He woke up with a huge smile on his face, very proud of the boys. Yeah,
Ah,
I thought
yeah.
I've seen so many people slagging us off saying we were really poor. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I'm not going to lie. I
No,
didn't think we were poor. I thought in
no,
patches we played some of the best football we've played this season in patches. Not the whole 90 minutes, but I
no.
certainly didn't think we were poor. But
Yeah. But we
big
could
up.
have we could have got 3 goals as well, Kate.
Yep, yep. It was just
But
crazy. I think it was.
Sonny's shot unlucky. He didn't quite catch it right, but it still could have gone in. And then Benny stooped. He was stuck in two minds, wasn't he? Whether
Yep,
to go with his foot or go with his head. And he
yep,
stooped down and just about 2-3 inches past the post.
yep.
Oh,
The crazy thing was the high line with 9 men. It could have worked. It's what I said on the terrace. It was that close to pulling it off, and he would have been
yeah,
hailed as a genius this morning had it
yeah,
like. But it's those fine margins. It's these ifs, buts, and monkey nuts again. If it had come off, it would be a genius. It didn't. So now he's being questioned. Is he crazy? Well, it's his philosophy. Like I say, it won't change for anyone. So,
yeah,
suck it up, Buttercup. If that's what you wanted, and you've got to live with it. That's what I say. Højbjerg
yeah,
played phenomenal, Ellie. There you go.
yeah, he did.
Big up, Letty. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Højbjerg was a rock when he came on. Would be mad to let him go in the January window. Well, I think he's going to be getting
No.
some game time, and he
I've
might
been
decide.
working on him. I've been working on him. I'm telling him, don't go, please, Pierre. We need you. And now we do need him even more.
Really do.
Now,
Gary,
imagine him playing centre half though. It's getting a bit weird, isn't it?
Gary Neville last night, you could see he was crying for
Oh,
Chelsea to score and to win. He was
I
so biased.
know.
It's
So,
unbelievable.
oh,
I
Yeah,
know.
I
So
watched it back and watched his commentary, and I thought, I wanted to go into the telly and kill him. You know, when I watched it back, I wanted to kill him. Oh, what an idiot! I just don't
um,
like him because he's too biased. And now Man United have got a victory. He's thinking, oh, Man United can catch us, but you're not catching us, Man United.
no,
No
you're
way.
correct. It is true. Your muscle stretches when warm, go back when cold. So if you try and run, you will pull a muscle. Yeah, and he was going full pelt, wasn't he? And then you saw him pull up. Jim,
Yeah.
that's too much information. You are athletic in bed. I don't think I'm even athletic in bed. Uh, Great chat after a weird game. It's
I
no
love
point us
Jim.
coming on here and slagging the team off. Lots of channels are doing that, trying to stay upbeat. You know, it's 1 loss in 11. Who would have thought we'd be where we are? You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to reply to people on here, laugh out loud. Big up Daniel E. Yusuf says, Wolves away, Villa at home, City away. How many points are you expecting to get out of those 3 games?
Oh, I
That's a
don't
good
know.
question.
I think we can get a draw at Villa. I think we can beat Wolves. I think we've got the beating of them, but City, I think we're going to lose.
So
Yeah,
4.
so 4.
That's what I'd
Yeah,
say. I think we'll nick it at
yeah,
Wolves. I think we'll draw Villa, and I think we'll lose to City. I was so
yeah.
confident against Villa with it being at home, but now we've lost these players. I haven't got that confidence.
We could beat Villa. We could beat Villa, but City away, no way, no
Yeah,
way.
because Villa were awful the other day when they got beat. I can't remember who they
Yeah, we
played.
can beat them. They were rubbish.
Forest.
It was like a shadow of. You watch them one week and they look like they could beat any team in the
Yeah,
world, even
yeah,
Man City. They were awesome. You watch them against Forest and they were off the pace. They weren't pressing. They were useless. Like if they come to our ground like that, we're beating them.
yeah, I agree. I'm thinking Dyer will play Angel, given the next chance. He seems consistent in giving him at least an opportunity. Royale will be centre back. Benny
Yeah, he's good
Davis
in
Dyer's
there.
good enough, but he stood up when called upon. He did. I thought he was good. Um,
Yeah, you
uh,
can't blame Dyer for that. No.
if the team rebounds and wins the next game, will be a great effort given the circumstances. Agreed, absolutely. God, I'm so behind in the chat. Everyone's chatting. Sorry, everyone. I'm just useless. Kate, I get that Ange said it was plan B. You do plan A better, but that's when it's 11-11. But not adjusting to an in-game situation like that. A manager of 26 years, that is criminal management yesterday. Daniel, he said,
Okay.
watched his press conference or his interview, he said, I don't care if we go down to 5 men. That is how we will always play. If you
Yeah.
wanted out to the club, that is his philosophy. He's not going to change his tactics. And to be fair, he's been a manager for 26 years and won everywhere he's been. Why should he?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's shocked everyone, and maybe it will work at times. I mean, hopefully we're not going to go down to 9 men very often, but
Yeah, and go to the Klopp situation. Klopp's supposed to be this fantastic manager. He went into a low block, didn't press us, nothing. He just went into and we still beat them. So it was still the same 3 points.
yeah,
They lost 3 points, we lost 3 points.
exactly
Doesn't
that.
matter about the goals. On goal difference, maybe, yeah. But we still lost, they lost.
Yeah,
So,
exactly that.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
up LTL. He says, afternoon, ladies. Lessons learned. Let's get on with supporting Ange and the team. Come on, you Spurs. Plenty of positives compared to the last 4 years. Yep, don't
yeah.
disagree. Big up Beyond. God, there's so many comments. I think Ange's achievements in Japan are more impressive than in Scotland, taking a less, I can't even say that word, credentialed team to success. That's it. For some reason, I was going to say
Good work.
credentialised. Big up Niall Kane says, good afternoon. Heard Ange say he hates VAR and the whole standing around. Real talk, that is never a 4-1 game. If you had 11 men, you win the game. It's as simple as that. I think we win if we had. I think we would have won it if we had 10 men. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. We are a funny old fan base. You know, people having absolute meltdowns and slagging Ange. But
I love what Ange said about referees and everything.
Yeah,
he's all for the referees. Yeah, he's old school. So are we. We're all from that era. I mean, I'm older than you, Kate, but We're all from that era where referees were
Yeah.
referees. Now it's just technology. It's
Exactly.
ruining our game.
Oh,
It
those
ruined
stop.
the game yesterday.
I mean, there was 12 minutes extra time for half
I
time, wasn't there?
know.
It's bloody
I know.
ridiculous. Games are going to end up being 2 hours. Hang on. 90 minutes. Yeah, it's an hour and a half. I had to work that out. Games are going to end up being 2 hours the way.
Some of them have been already, I reckon.
Yeah. If it was naive from Ange, I'd like to know what people's expectations were when we were down to 10 men and missing our playmaker and 3 of our first choice defenders. Serious question. I only say it's naive because Chelsea, I'm not saying every game, but Chelsea really, really, really struggle against low block teams. And I just think if we would have gone more defensive, we may have held on. But at the same time, I do give credence to Ange in a way because he hasn't moved away from his philosophy. So it's a difficult one. I can see both sides. I don't know what you say. I don't know what you think.
What minute did they score their second goal to make it 2-1? Was it 70 something minutes?
75,
72? 75, you see? So there was only 15 minutes to go and we were still in the game. And then after that, we were even more in the game because we created the 3 best chances.
Yeah.
Like they got 3 tap-ins.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was 3 tap-ins. All right, they broke the lines, but we caught them offside we caught them offside more times than they scored.
Yeah.
You count them. We caught them offside so many times.
What was more exciting to watch, the high line or defensive block? High line, obviously. And that's what Ange is all about. He is about the entertainment, but the argument will be, well, entertainment doesn't get you 3 points. But, God, we've had 4 years.
Didn't get Liverpool 3 points either.
No, we've
had low block. They went low block.
Such shit football. It was exciting till the end, really, and until that third, like they went 3-1 up. I always thought we was in it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we was in it to win it.
But
come on, Jimbo.
What else are you going to do with 9 men? You might as well go for it. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, that's it.
Jim doesn't think Højbjerg will go now.
No, he's staying. I'm going to pin him down.
Speak on last night. The only trouble, Stel, if I send you a link, is we're finishing at dead on 2 o'clock, and I don't want to go over because it's Ben's time. So, what do you think, Ellie?
Yeah, send him the link. Get him on.
I'm going to send it to Stel. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
I know I've seen your message. I know what you're going to say, but
we're ready for you, Stel.
I've sent it to you, Stel. It's only for you, though. I don't know if anyone else is in that group, but I don't want everyone traipsing on because I've only got 20 minutes. But yeah, I know what you're going to say. I'm quite interested to hear what you're going to say. So, yeah, I just think it's very disingenuous for people to criticise Ange and slag him off when they're the ones that wanted him in and they know that that is his philosophy. I don't get that. I don't really.
No one.
Yeah. He isn't going to change for anybody. He said it. Yeah, Villa away haven't been good this season. That's exactly right. Wolves draw and lose the other 2. Ooh. 6 with Madders. I think 2, maybe 4 at best. This is the points. 6 points from 3 games. Wolves win. Villa
I'll take that.
Yeah, all day long. We will have a worse defence on the pitch than we did with Conte. I get the trying to stay positive, but that defence is screwed. Yep. Coover, if you stayed in low block with 10 men, we can't break it down. New doggy doesn't get sent off as you aren't stretched out, but that's just my opinion. Yep, agreed. But again, it's not Ange's way. No, Dakar, I'm not saying you all chat away. I just don't want people to think I'm ignoring their comments because I am just miles behind.
Keep on putting them in.
Go on, Ellie. Sorry.
No, keep on putting them in. I said, keep putting the chats in because it creates banter for us as well. Because we can come off it, you know.
I just want to say thanks as well to the members: Ash, Ben, Jim, Bobby K, Steve D, Tagaro, Mio, Martin Knightsbridge, Drew Lucky, Tracy MUFC, Wayne Bonner, Roy, Jose, Mark CFC, Nita, and Dave H1960. Big up to you all for being members of the channel. It means so much. Please don't forget to join us tonight. It's being streamed on this channel and also on Spurs Between the Lines. So please make sure you sub to both. To Dare is to Debate. We'll have a lot more longer time to talk about last night's game. So yeah, make sure you come on over. And we have in the house Mr. Stelios. Good
All right,
afternoon.
Stel. You're
How are
right.
you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you to Ellie for authorising me to come on the show, because Kate
Yes.
make the decision. So
She's got the
appreciate
final say.
Yeah.
I shall let you give your take on last night's performance.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Hello to both of you, everyone in the chat. Big up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Kate is on the up. Ellie and Kate are on the up, I tell you.
We're trying.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
keep representing.
Yeah.
Look, for me, I really wanted to come on, and I'm going to go on as many shows as I can today. I don't normally do this because I'm so adamant in what I think on this. Now, first of all, I'm not saying what I'm about to say because I'm just going to defend Ange. No. When we lost to Fulham, I fully blame that on Ange. Making 9 changes was unacceptable, and I said it before the game, at halftime, and after. That is all on Ange. We lost to Fulham in the Carabao Cup because of him. But last night, after the game, I was silly tactics, high line, what is he doing? I did a couple of fan cams, which I've got to upload on my channel, saying the same thing, asking the question to fans, saying, what was Ange thinking? All right. Feelings, emotions, reactions, we all do it. I woke up today and I thought, right, let me go watch the game again. I know what the outcome is. Let me just watch it now without the emotion of VAR popping up on the big screen every 2 minutes, fans swearing at decision. It was carnage in that stadium last night. I've never been to a game where the striker of the opposition scores a hat-trick and their fans are having a go at him for not scoring 7. We lose 4-1 and we're applauding them. I've never been to a game like that in my life, ever. 30-odd years of going to football. I don't know any Spurs team that has been battered and been applauded by the Spurs fans. I even asked some older boys, have you ever done that before in the history of Tottenham? Like, never. We've never clapped a Spurs team that's lost 4-1. So clearly it was a weird night, right? So I watched it without the emotions of all of those things. And I have to say, I got it wrong. Ange was spot on with what he did last night. 100% in my opinion. So 4 things. Number 1, if we played a low block with Eric Dyer at centre-back and Emerson Royale with 10 men, what would that have got us? When we went down to 9 men, Chicken Royale went left-back and Højbjerg went centre-back. A back 3. Porro was on his knees. He was having a bad game and he was knackered. Porro, Dyer, Højbjerg and Emerson as a back 4. When we played pragmatic football under Conte and Jose with 11 men, we couldn't sustain it. And we're going to do it with 9. Guys, like, I think as a fan base, we just need to be a bit real with this. We were never going to contain Chelsea with Dyer and Højbjerg at centre-back. Never in a million years. People say, oh, but Liverpool, Klopp, they did it with 9 men when they came to our ground. They had Van Dijk and Matip at centre-back. Van Dijk and Matip. Mm-hmm. Dyer, Højbjerg, Chicken Royale. These are all players that so many Spurs fans, right? So many Spurs fans wanted them out of the club in the summer. Now we're saying, no. We can do a low block with them now. We can. No, that's the first thing. The second thing, let's say we did go low block. How do you counter-attack? The pace on the pitch has been taken off, Brendan Johnson. The creativity went off, Maddison, because he's injured. The only outlet you really got that might do something, because you're not going to send it down the middle, you're going to go wide, is Kulu. He's got no pace. He's blowing, steam. He's struggling. So how do you counterattack? The only option is a long ball to Son. That's never worked. That has never, ever, ever worked with Son up top. He's not that player. So you can't counterattack from the low block with the players we've got on the pitch. The third thing, you play the high block, you play the high line. Yes, we're going to give up chances, but this is where you've got to be disciplined in holding that line for the offside. Vicario was playing on the edge of his box anyway, so he was going into the sweeper keeper role. And what you say, and what I think Ange did was he said, look, if we go pragmatic, we're going to lose. So let's go high line and try and turn the game on its head and create something. We created 4 chances because being higher up the pitch, we're closer to goal. If we can win it here, we don't have to counter-attack. We're there. We had the free kick where Dyer scored a volley, offside. Son, a through ball from the wide area, not from a low block, from a wide area because we want it high up. Son goes in on goal. The shot was a bit weak. Keeper saves it. Bentancur had a shot inside the box. Keeper saved it. And right at the end, I don't know if it was onside or not, Bentancur missed a header where he should have used his foot from about 3 yards out. We created 4 chances. We could have scored. What would we have created if we sat low block with Dyer, Højbjerg, Emerson at the back? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I just want to remind every Spurs fan as well. When we played AC Milan and Romero got sent off, every single one of you booed Conte for taking off an attacking player and bringing on a centre-back against AC Milan. And effectively what you're saying is, can we kind of do that more defensive stuff that we booed Conte for in this game? Look, it's opinions. Everyone's allowed it. Last night, I was against Ange's tactics. I've slept on it. I've watched it back. Ange got it spot on.
That's kind of how I feel still.
Kate, everyone was crying for the Spurs way, right? Everyone was crying for the Spurs way. We want the Spurs way back. Last night, you got it. Today is to do. You got it. So I'm adamant on this. Ange got it spot on.
I do. Yeah, I mean, last night I was really pissed off and I went on the terrace and I said he was naive. Then I slept on it and I watched and I thought...
Emotion.
Yeah, it's emotion.
Yeah.
He's brought back the excitement back to the game. He wants to go for it all the time. And as I said to Ellie, it was so nearly paid off. And he would have been hailed an absolute genius if we had scored those. Do you know what? It was whiskers, literally. It's so nearly paid off. But it didn't. But I think you're absolutely spot on with what you're saying.
I was about that much offside.
Yeah.
About a couple of inches offside. Not
Ellie,
even that.
Spot on, mate. Spot on.
Jim,
yes.
Listen, mate. Listen, for me, what would we have created from a low block? And I've heard, you know, I put it on Twitter because the hate Ange is getting from our rivals, I love it. They're just using this tool of that's it. They're using this now as a stick to beat Ange with. Oh, but if we went into a low block, Chelsea hate playing against a low block. If you went low block, that's exactly what Chelsea would have hated. No, Chelsea hate playing against a low block when the low block is 11 men. When have Chelsea struggled against a low block of 9 men?
No.
So the variables have got to be the same, right? Mm-hmm. Don't compare us to Liverpool when they've got Van Dijk and Matic in the back 2 for their 9, and we've got Dyer and Højbjerg. And don't compare us to low blocks of Brentford when they beat Chelsea. Brentford had 11 men on the pitch. We had 9. As soon as we went down to 9 men, this game was done. The only hope we had was, can we somehow get a goal and then sit back? Because when we went 10 men against Luton and we scored, we kind of got a bit more defensive, didn't we? So Ange can say, we're going to attack no matter what, even if I've got 5 men. Yeah, you say that, Ange. But we know if we'd got that goal and gone 2-1 up or even 2-2, 3-2, we would have sat back a bit then, maybe. But I just don't buy it. I don't buy the excuses. I've looked at it.
And this is coming from a qualified coach, remember?
Yeah.
A qualified coach who's a very, very, very good coach.
Who's that then? Is that me? Stel. Sorry.
Coach Kate.
No, I do agree. This is why I always watch games again, because the emotion takes a lot of it away with you. And I was frustrated. I was so angry last night with Romero to lash out. But then when I thought back, I thought, you know what? We were all crying last year. I mean, I'm not calling anyone out, but I watched Savra and Percher this morning, and they said we were crap. They said Ange was an idiot, that his tactics were all wrong. And I thought, do you know what? This is his philosophy. This is what you wanted. As I said to Ellie, if you want Ange to come into the club, he's made it clear this is how he plays. He doesn't change for anyone. So you've got to like it or lump it. You can't have it one way and then moan when he doesn't do it the way you think it should be done.
we're not defending a low block 9 men with Dyer, Højbjerg, and Emerson at the back. It's look.
No.
I've messaged Perchy and Sava. I've told them what I think. I've said I'll come on their shows. I'm on their show on Thursday, and we will debate this. I'm sure. Sava's allowed his opinion. Perchy's allowed his opinion. On this one, I totally disagree with them. Regarding Romero, I agree with all of you. Like, I think a conversation about Romero needs to be had there. I've always defended Romero. I've always protected him. I've always said, look, that's his aggression. If you take that out of his game, what is he? A bit like Dele Alli. You take the aggression out of Dele Alli, what is he? But when it's beginning to cost you games, and it might cost us the next 3, a conversation needs to be had on this now, because even I can't defend it if he's going to carry on with this craziness of his.
Yeah,
I agree.
That petulant flick, that was really bad. Like the actual one in the penalty area, he got the ball and he followed through, but you can't. Still, when you go for the ball and you've won it, you can't stop the momentum going through. But his boot was quite high, but he still won the ball. So that was a bit touch and go. Because he did that petulant one before, he gets sent off for it. Maybe that was going to be just a yellow.
I think it's one of those. Ellie, you've played, right? When you play games that are spicy, and there's a chance to tackle, you kind of want to leave one on the opposition. Like I think he wanted to leave one on him, but he left too much on him.
He did, yeah.
He knew what he was doing, but he wanted to let him know that tackle was you're gonna get these tackles. Or he tried to put one on him, but by getting away with it, but he overdid it. That's his rashness, isn't it? That's the rashness of Romero.
I've also heard Son get criticised quite a lot today for not calming people down because he's the captain. Yeah. What do you make of that?
He was talking to the referee all the time. No, I don't buy that.
No, I mean I think sometimes our fans look for things to criticise for everything.
Have you read Son's comments today that he's put out?
No, I have not.
No, go on.
I'll read to you.
Stel, you're a coach. Before you say any more, do you agree that these VAR stops could be why Van der Ven did his hamstring with his muscles cooling down and this, that, and the other?
Stop, start isn't good for any athlete. Yeah, because you warm up before the game, you play the game, and you warm down. If you're warming down, and warming down non-stop, then listen. I'm not qualified to say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physio, but I don't see how that helps.
No.
Okay. Listen, I think I was reading somewhere last night because someone was talking about this. Funny enough, in the NFL, where it's all stop, start, and it's more stop, start than ever because they've got more tech than anybody. NFL is all technology. Mm-hmm. The amount of injuries NFL is mental. So there might be a correlation, but I don't know.
That was Jacob. I think that was Jacob who said that. Yeah,
Jacob mentioned it last night as well. There was someone that put an article on it though, explaining it last night on The Athletic. Was it Athletic or ESPN? There's something on Facebook I saw where someone actually wrote an article on it. Yeah, Jacob did mention it last night as well. He did on the terrace, wasn't
it?
Yeah.
Listen, maybe I'm not a doctor. Right, Son's comments. Your support last night was incredible. We fed so much off your energy and atmosphere in the stadium. We made mistakes as a team, put ourselves in a tricky position, but hey, we will learn from these mistakes. We will bounce back and we will be stronger together. I wake up this morning proud of the boys, proud of you, the supporters, and excited to get straight back to work. And I think this is now what I was saying last night. Losing is part of the game. You're going to lose, right? We're going to lose at some point. It's how you bounce back. And we're up against it now. We will now see what we're made of under Ange.
Yeah.
I think a lot of you lot have been saying that on the terrace as well, actually. You've always been saying it. To the guy with the glasses that thinks we're going to win the league. You've told him, mate.
Yeah.
You don't have a squad.
Exactly. And
I don't like that Liverpool fan, Hossam.
Don't.
He's just clickbait.
Did you see Jason Cundy as well?
No, I didn't watch him.
Jason Cundy. Oh my God.
They do it on purpose. They want to suck you in. Don't get sucked in. That's it.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
I mean, the terrace last night, all the rivals were queuing up to come on and we're supposed to be irrelevant to everyone, and yet they cannot wait for our downfall. So they're obviously rattled.
Of course they are. They're scared because they know we're a good team. We are a very, very good team who play very good football. Not in every single match, but when we've been good, that goal that Sonny scored that was disallowed, that was sublime football. It was brilliant.
That
It was just so lucky it was offside.
That would have been an unbelievable. Listen,
oh my God!
With regarding the rivals on the terrace, right? I think Spurs fans that go on the terrace as well. You got to understand the platform you're on. That platform is designed to drive that kind of energy. Just think about it. Spurs have lost to Chelsea. On come all the guests. So Terry does his bit by himself. Right now, we're on the Spurs, we've been on Chelsea. The first person to speak is Hassan. Why?
Exactly.
It's to rally everyone up, right? So you got to know what kind of platform you're going to. So if you know that's what they're about, I would have just said to Hassan, you're spot on. Well done. Just agree with him. You're right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Big up Mia for the super chats. As you muscle stretch when warm, if they cool down quickly and then you try and run, you will pull a muscle as it's no longer stretched. Big up, guys. Big up Mia. Thanks for the super chat. I always tell Kate, don't get sucked in with them clickbait muppets. I didn't get sucked in. I rise above it. I called him out on the Big Six, but he's just a twat. You know, sorry, Sam, but you're a twat. I did say that to his face. Big up, Kate. Question for my guy Stel. Did the Highline cost you and the Johnson sub?
The Highline, no, because we would have lost defending low block with Dyer and Højbjerg and Emerson anyway. Dyer's not good enough. Emerson isn't good enough. Højbjerg's not a centre back. Johnson sub. Well, he had to bring on a defender. So who else do you take off? Maybe if Kulu never scored, he would have come off. But you're not going to take off Bissouma. You're not taking off Pape Sarr, who, for me, him and Vicario were our best players on the day, I thought. You're not going to take off Maddison, the only creative player. Son's the only goal scorer. So it's either Kulu or Brendan. Who'd you take off?
I know.
I said that. I would have took Kulu, but because he scored, it was kind of hard to take him off.
Did you notice, though, Kulu, he wasn't on the right. He was more in the middle, right? When we went 10 men, he was in the middle. But even before then, he was drifting. He was drifting all around the pitch. He wasn't staying to that right wing, which was very interesting, I must admit, because we had a lot of really good attacks. In that first 15 minutes, we played the best football we've played this season.
Yeah, I agree.
Outstanding.
I thought this is going to be a 6-7-0 trouncing, and then it all went a bit mental.
And then
It's just balmy.
The voodoo kicked in. Do you know what, Kate Elly? I'm not fussed we lost. You lose, right? I'm not even bothered about the red cards. It's going to happen. We're going to have these wild games. The injuries suck. The only thing I'm gutted about, and I was just sad. Last night I was actually sad. And part of me today feels a bit sad as well. Why does this happen against them? Why can't this happen against Fulham or Palace or Brighton? Or why do we kickstart them? Why? We're going for a title.
Still.
And the Battle of the Bridge, Chelsea stop us from winning the league. We go to a semi-final of an FA Cup. We had the best team we've had under Poch. They're the ones that do us in extra time. We played them last night. They've been bang average. They were bang average last night as well. And okay, they got a bit of momentum in the game. I'll give them that. But we were the better side, I felt. And Poch's return to Spurs, you're thinking, do you know what? Let's just end them. And they come out with a 4-1 win. It's like, why Chelsea, man? Like, what have we done? What have we done to deserve it from them? Like, what have we done?
I know. Like we're cheats.
Like
somebody's got one of those little dollies and they're putting the pins in.
Yeah, that's right.
Flipping hell.
Well, it's time for the coffee company, so we're going to finish. But join us tonight.
Yeah.
Like I said, me, Ellie, and Mia are hosting a dual stream over on this channel and Spurs Between the Lines when we'll be doing a full debate on it. It starts at 8 p.m. you know, we've got a couple of guests coming on. We're going to debate everything about the game when we've got more time, because obviously we've only got so much time at lunchtime. So join us tonight at 8 on either channel. Thank you, Leo. And yeah, we'll go into it in more detail. But thank you, Stel, for coming on.
I had to speak on this. Thank you for having me on.
I know, and I'd seen your message and I'd agreed with it. So I was more than happy to have you on. Are you back before Thursday, or are you just back on Thursday with Sava?
I'll go on any show today when anyone wants to debate this subject. If not, then I'm probably going to go back on Thursday, Sava's show, then my show. So.
I cannot wait for that, because all I've heard is negative Nancy's on there today. So I'm very much looking forward to you putting that point across. I'm not going to lie, and I shall be backing you up in the chat because I agree with everything you said. But thanks for coming on. Yeah, and enlightening us with your wisdom. You actually gave me goosebumps, Stel. It was like motivational speaker. Bigging up.
I can't handle compliments like this. It's too many compliments. I'm not used to it. I'm used to negative energy. I
can call you a twat if you like. I mean, it's fine.
I feel comfortable.
Okay.
How about a Greek twat?
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Stel, you Greek
Not
twat.
really.
That's it. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll be back, like I say, tonight and at 8 o'clock for To Dare Is to Debate. So have a good day, everyone, and see you tonight. Big up yourselves. In Ange we trust.
Yes, we do.